Welcome on our journey through the African island nations. Our fourth island nation is the enchanting archipelago of Comoro Islands, nestled in the Indian Ocean. The Comoros may have been settled as early as the 6th century. Among the peoples who crossed the sea to populate the islands are Bantu-speaking peoples, Austronesian, including Malagasy, Arabs, Somalis, Portuguese, French and Indians. During the colonial period, French settlers established plantations, initially producing sugar, an intensive process dependent on the labor of numerous Africans. Islam probably arrived during the 10th century. During their explorations of the Comoros region, the Portuguese made landfall on the islands of the Moon. In 1505, Kamar is Arabic for moon. Malay immigrants and Arab and Persian traders have mixed with peoples from Madagascar and with various African peoples. In 1946, France redefined the Comoros as a French overseas territory until it independent in 1975. Comoro Island is a volcanic archipelago with stunning landscapes and beautiful sightseeing destinations. The nation is made up of 3 islands: the Grand Comore, which is the largest and holds the capital Moroni. The island of Anjouan holds the most mountains and also renowned for producing a number of aromatic plants, such as cloves, vanilla and ylang-ylang. Its capital and largest city is Mutsamudu. The third island is called Moheli and is smallest and the most natural, with the best beaches and unique wildlife, including national parks and diverse flora and fauna. Its capital is Fomboni. Comoro Archipelago enjoys a tropical maritime climate, characterized by slight daytime temperature variations throughout the year of around 26 degrees Celsius (78.8 Fahrenheit) at sea level, and by abundant precipitation, 2,679 mm (105.5 inches) a year. There are 2 seasons in the Comoros, the hot and humid season flowing in from the northwest from November to April, and the dry season from May to October. The average temperature of the seawater is 25 Celsius (77 Fahrenheit). With its dramatic volcanic peaks and crystal clear waters, Comoros is a paradise for adventure seekers and nature enthusiasts alike. Comoros boasts a rich cultural heritage shaped by African, Arab and French influences. Explore the colorful markets of Moroni, the capital, where you can find spices, textiles and traditional crafts. In the 20th century, they cultivated perfume plants and spices such as ylang-ylang, vanilla and cloves, as well as copra. Most of the island's inhabitants speak island-specific varieties of Comorian, Shikomoro, a Bantu language related to Swahili and written in Arabic script. Comorian, Arabic and French are the official languages. Most Comorians are Sunni Muslims and Islam is the state religion. Less than 1/6 of the land remains covered with forest, and rapid deforestation, caused mainly by domestic firewood consumption, threatens to reduce the island's forested land even more. A coastal zone of mangroves is followed inland by one of coconut palms, mangoes and bananas, up to about 1,300 feet, 400 meters, above which a forest zone rises to about 5,900 feet, 1,800 meters. Mahogany trees and orchids are primarily limited to the rugged slopes of the mountains. On the highest peaks, only broom, heather and lichens grow. Additional aromatic plants such as frangipani, plumeria, jasmine and lemongrass lend a delightful fragrance in the air. The capital, Moroni, located on the island of Grande Comore, Ngazija, has most of the modern commercial and manufacturing facilities located in the country and is the country's most populous urban area. With miles of beautiful beaches, tourists have always been drawn to Comoros. The island's history of political unrest, however, has hampered efforts to promote tourism. Comoros is poor. 50% of the population lives below the poverty line, and the nation is witnessing an ongoing exodus of educated and skilled workers to France and a steady decline in gross domestic product. More than 2/3 of the people live in rural areas, and most of the population is centered on the 2 larger islands. Grande Comore contains about half of the country's population, Anjouan about 2/5, and Moheli less than 1/10. You could visit Moheli as the smallest and yet the highlight of the Comoros Islands. It is fascinating and the place to be if you want to hide from the bustling and noise of the city. It is largely underdeveloped with very few inhabitants. You'll find the country's only national park here, Parc Marin de Moheli. Nature lovers will want to check out the craggy islets that dot the island. The locals call it Moali or Moili, and it's a great place for spotting marine life like sea turtles, whales and dolphins. There is so much pristine beauty here that visitors don't usually mind the lack of modern amenities. The island of Anjouan, locally called Nzouani, is nicknamed the Pearl of the Comoros for its gorgeous and fantasy-like scenery. You'll find old Arab plantations and the scent of cloves, vanilla and ylang-ylang on every breeze, reason for which it is commonly referred to as the Perfume Island. As a matter of fact, Comoros is referred by France as the Vanilla Islands for being the main supplier of vanilla beans to the European Union countries. You'll find the locals hard-working and intensely proud of their little island. It is here in Anjouan that you will also find the highest mountain on the island, Mont Ntingi. It stands at almost 1,600 meters and it's a challenging trek to the top. Because of the weather, the peak is often cloud-covered, but if you're one of the lucky ones and the cloud clears, you'll get a phenomenal view of the 3 islands in the archipelago. To reach the top, you'll hike through lush green forest and have a chance to spot some of the exotic bird species here. At 60 kilometers across and 20 kilometers wide, you have the island of Grande Comore, the largest of the Comoros Islands. It's also the most developed with the most stable economy. One of the most popular towns, Moroni, the capital city, is located here. There's a romantic and distinctly Arabian vibe here, and you'll feel like you're in a different world compared to the rest of the islands. The narrow streets are filled with quaint shops and cafes, and the locals wear traditional dress. Enjoy the Volvo market and pick up some great souvenirs, spices and handicrafts from local artisans. Check out the Medina near the Friday Mosque and get lost in the winding alleyways. As you travel the island, you'll find again and again that the dark and intriguing solidified lava and the contrasting white sand beaches make a stunningly beautiful landscape. Grande Comore is a great spot for honeymooners or couple hoping to get away from their busy lives. Most of population lives on the west coast, but if you travel south, you'll find a lovely agricultural landscape filled with vanilla, coconut, banana and cassava plantations. Mount Carthala, the largest active volcano in the world, is located on Grande Comore. It stands at just over 2,300 meters and has consistently erupted every 11 years since the beginning of the 19th century. The last eruption was in 2005 and lasted 14 days. The volcano did quite a bit of damage in 2005, but the country has recovered nicely. You'll love the bizarre yet spectacular landscape that the lava creates, and it makes the hiking rather unique. You can climb to the volcano's rim, but be warned, it's a difficult 2 days trek. The island of Grande Terre is where you'll find most of the expats in Comoros. The island has 2 villages, L'Abattoir and Pamanzi. You can visit the volcanic crater of Dziani Dzaha, the rock of Dzaoudzi, a less dramatic version of the rock of Gibraltar, and the archaeological site known as Bagamayo, where artifacts from a 10th century Shirazi settlement continue to be discovered. And when it comes to culinary delights, Comorian cuisine is a reflection of the island's diverse heritage. Some popular dishes include langouste à la vanille, lobster and vanilla beans, and makatra futra, a type of sweet bread made with sugar, coconut cream and eggs. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more amazing videos like this.